Hello and welcome back to Culture Decks. I'm Nathan Ellensworth and today I'm joined by the lovely Cy White. Hi Cy!
Hello, merry whenever this comes out, Holidaymas.
Merry something. I'm wearing my Bulbasaur Christmas jumper. Well, the last time you saw Cy on the channel we were talking about the Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Dimension DLC, and so we decided with that in the rearview mirror, basically we're going to be looking at every Mega Evolution that was introduced in Pokemon Legends ZA and the Mega Dimension DLC. It's making me better at like limericks and things going through this DLC. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled Piplups.
That's it.
Essentially, we've got about 40-something new Megas. Some of them in the DLC, some of them in the base game. Some of them are good, some of them are alright, and some of them are plain old rubbish. So, we're going to rank them. We're going to set up a tier system. We're going to go through Pokedex number as well.
Okay.
So if you have the Cerebi page open from the top, from bottom to top, that
generally speaking, it's a good guess that I will have a Cerebi page open at any time of any day, frankly.
I think that goes through Pokedex number, so I think that's a good way to do it. Yeah. And this has full spoilers for the Pokemon Legends ZA DLC. Every Pokemon of this DLC is included here. So if you haven't seen all of those and don't want them spoiled, click away, come back when you've seen everything, but hopefully everyone's had a bit of time. Right. You ready to crack on?
I am. I'm ready to be spoiled as well because I've looked at them now, but I also haven't finished the DLC, but I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to have to look at them. So yeah. I am coming in with some amount of context, not necessarily all of it, but I have thoughts.
There are only 2 here now that I haven't actually seen in the game. That's because I haven't got to those missions, but yeah, we'll get to that. Right, let's start off. Mega Raichu X. How do we feel about this big boy?
Strong.
I really like it. People seem to be really down on the pair of these. I really like X. Yeah, there's a lot of weird opinions online. I think it's really cool. Sure. I really like the design. I really like the way it floats. Let's have a look. 135 attack. Okay, so it's a physical attacker with 110 speed. Not the most impressive stat-wise, and Electric's not the best physical attack sort of.
Sure.
Still, you've got Volt Tackle, you've got things like that. Yeah, I quite like it. How do you feel?
I'm quite surprised that out of the 2 Mega Raichus, this is the lowest speed, considering it's the Superman one. It's the one that flies. You look at it and you think that's surely going to be the zippy one. But overall, I like, spoiler, I like both of the Mega Raichus to the point where when they were announced, I was like, what do I pick? Like, which one do I commit to? They're both great. Maybe this one less than the other. Maybe, but it's really only a hair's breadth, and I love the flying Superman gimmick going on here. It's not a massive change, but I do appreciate, as a Raichu fan, it's a nice little update.
Yeah, I'm leaning with this one for an A.
I'm actually very happy with that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you may not like what I'm about to say.
Oh, no.
So, Raichu, Mega Raichu X is an A for me. Mega Raichu Y, much better stats-wise, design-wise, I think is a marked step down.
Oh, interesting.
I think this is a B. I don't like the Pikachu colorway. I don't really like the ears. I find this quite boring.
See, you just identified the things I do like about it. Even as a self-confessed Pikachu non-liker, I was like, oh, okay, it's kind of fun to change the color a little bit. And I love how ridiculous the ears are. Yeah. The whole thing's kind of silly. It's just adorable, frankly. Like I say, it's a hair's breadth to me. I would put this just above the other one in A. I don't think it's a full step up to S for me. But by the sounds of it, you're not going that high.
I'm happy with this in A.
Okay.
I'll settle with this in A. I like it. It's definitely, looking at other ones, it's definitely above a lot. So sure. I'm still happy for this in A. You know, this is a democracy. I'm not just going to plow through and do what I want. Right. The next one is Mega Clefable. I would love to hear your thoughts on this because I'm sort of nonplussed. I think it's pretty unimpressive. I don't think it adds much that wasn't already there, and I wish it had been a lot more.
Yeah, maybe. There were so many choices in this game that I kind of loved how weird and wacky, like Clefable of all things, really. Like, this one took me by surprise. I played the game sort of parallel, played it with my partner, and I think I was playing handheld. He was playing on the TV, and I got to this part first, and I like laughed at this thing. And he was like, "What the hell have you just seen?" I was like, "I'll wait till you see it." It's such a bizarre looking thing. This like hat looking thing on its head. It looks like it's wearing like the top of an old teapot on its head. It's bizarre.
Well, I think it's meant to be a beret.
I think it is, isn't it? But it's, I don't know. The whole thing looks kind of ceramic to me. The choice of adding wings is odd as well. So that seems kind of random. As a design, overall, I think it's all right. It isn't. I don't think it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. I like the added coloration, but yeah, I laughed at it. I didn't go, "Wow, that's cool." I laughed at it. So I guess that says a lot.
It also becomes fairy flying, which is interesting.
Yes.
I don't know if I'd go as low as C, but this is at least a B for me.
What's the lowest tier we're doing? D.
We've got S, A, B, C, D.
Yeah, I'm happy with a B.
Yeah, D, I don't want to put too many. Oh, there's got to be a few in D.
D's quite extreme.
Yeah, exactly. It feels mean, but I'm happy with this in B. Now, next up is one of my absolute favorites, is Mega Victreebel. I think this is phenomenal. I think this is a really good expansion of the original idea of pitcher plants, which is what Weeping Bell and Victreebel are based on. But then like a giant bag of acid. I think it works with the personality we already have established for this Pokemon, but makes it a little bit sillier, a bit more extreme. And also, bear in mind, Pokemon aren't meant to be cool. They're meant to be silly. They're meant to be funny. This is so funny, and the announcement trailer was wicked.
Yes.
Mega Victreebel for me is an S, but I'm happy to be talked down.
I think it's an S. Everything about it is just so great. You're right, like the reveal of this, the almost like Resident Evil-esque horror trailer that suddenly turned into this goofy thing with its upside down face, bouncing around all over the place. Even the small bits to it I love, like that giant oversized like coloured leaf thing, which like makes sense from a picture plant perspective. Absolutely, it's so good. It's so wonderfully silly. I have my certain takes when it comes to Mega Pokemon. Like a lot of people love Mega Pokemon as a concept. I'm not quite as hot on it as a concept as most people are. But when you pick a weird Pokemon like Victreebel and go, "We're gonna do something crazy with it," I'm like, maybe Mega Evolution isn't so bad after all.
Yeah. This to me is what it should be. I don't like it when they try and make a cool Pokemon cooler. I like it. Yeah, this to me is where it works. Okay, Mega Victreebel, you are our first S.
About to be joined by...
Oh! Next up is Mega Starmie. Okay, well, you go first.
No, I don't know if I'm joking or not, frankly. I don't know how to feel about this still. The memes kind of carry it. That's the big thing. But, like, what on earth was this choice? Like, let's just give it giant legs. I can't not look at it, not see the fishnets, unfortunately, because of all the memes.
It's the Patrick in fishnet stance.
It's the pose and everything. Strange old choice. No, in all seriousness, probably a C. Like, they really just didn't. I think what makes it so funny is the fact that it almost feels like they didn't try. It's
one of these ones. So I think it's been sort of floated around online that we know that so much of Pokemon are based on like Toho stuff, like Ultraman and stuff like that. And I think this is meant to be quite a direct homage to Ultraman. And when you see it doing the pose and stuff, that sort of makes sense. What I wish it looked a little bit more like a person in a suit. Like I wish like maybe it had like eyes popping out of the top or something. Like it really looked like an awkward human in a Starmie suit. That would send it over for me. But I agree with you. It's a very funny idea. I love the personality. I don't know if C. I think C. It's fun, but the design is so lacking.
Mm-hmm. I like the expressiveness that it has in the way that it moves, like its arms around and stuff like that. It's a lot less rigid than Starmie, but it just needs a little bit more.
All right, sorry, Starmie, you're going in C. That is the end of it. Okay, now Mega Dragonite. This was the first new Mega announced. A lot of people said it didn't do enough. A lot of people said it did too much. I absolutely adore this, but I also it speaks to one of my biggest issues with Mega Evolutions, which is, when did we decide that Pokemon only evolve twice, and that's the rule and no more? Because we've broken loads of other rules. Just add another evolution. As time goes on, we'll do it eventually. One day there'll be an evolution of trials. You know, everything will be done. This is one of those ones where I'm like, I just wish this was either a regional evolution or a form or something. I wish this wasn't temporary. And some of them I don't mind being temporary forms, but this is one of those ones I'm like, I just wish this was a version of it. That speaks to how much I love it. For me, this is an S, and my problems with Mega Evolution are a different part of it.
Interesting. See, to your credit there, what you were talking about in terms of adding another evolution, there are going to be some that come up here that I have that exact feeling on. I don't know if this is necessarily one of them, but I am on the side of the fence if this is a positive addition to Dragonite. It's... Yeah, what we just said about... Everyone seemed so disappointed that it wasn't suddenly cool. Like they wanted almost like they wanted a split evolution from Dragonair. Something that followed that line. But yeah, Dragonite has always been kind of goofy and sort of charming in that way. And this is goofy and charming. The wings are kind of too big. They look ridiculous. But as I say, that's kind of a strength that it's got going on. I don't know if I would put it in S, I would put it in A, but I'm willing to back it and take a stand in this fight over Mega Dragonite.
I'm going to pop it in S. Especially because the shiny is so good.
That's also very good.
It actually redeems shiny Dragonite, which makes me very happy. I think this next one's going to go a lot lower. Mega Meganium.
Disappointing.
Just something and nothing. Like, just gave it a few more flowers and called it a day.
That's the Chikorita line, isn't it?
Well, yeah, they're not good Pokemon. And it's such a shame because the idea of like a plant Brachiosaurus is cool.
Yeah.
You could do something with this. So I love a plant dinosaur. It's just boring. Is this as far as this design can go? Was there nothing? Because so many Megas are interesting and they take the ideas of the original one and go, oh, let's extrapolate on this weird concept. Like, we'll talk about some of them later, but it feels dull. This isn't quite a D, but this is a strong C for me.
Yeah, this is one of those cases where I want to like it a lot more than I actually do. And I think that's, again, true with the entire line. I love Chikorita as a design. And in general, I think the designs are decent across this entire evolution line. And obviously, historically, probably the least useful of its generation. And certainly one of the least useful entire lines of starters, frankly. And this was a chance to kind of redeem it, which is sort of, to some extent, what Mega Evolution should be about. And I was very excited to see what direction they took this. And I, along with many people, speculated that it was going to be a fairy typing edition, which I was very excited about, which is cool. But it doesn't, as far as I can tell, and I haven't deeply looked into it, it doesn't really make a huge difference stat-wise. And yeah, the design... I like it, but I don't love it, and I really wanted this to be the game that redeems Meganium. It's called Mega Meganium. It's a great name, but it's a bit of a flop, unfortunately. C feels harsh, but I'm happy to do it because it's probably fair.
Yeah, this isn't one I hate. This isn't one I actively dislike, but this is a C for me. I think this is just could have been more. Right, Mega Feraligatr. God, I almost called it Totodile. It's not Mega Totodile, but it basically is. Now, this for me, I love this concept. We know that Megas always bring back, not always, but quite often bring back elements from the previous evolutions, or, as we'll see with some of the later ones, they'll take elements of differences between sex, like the Meowstic and stuff like that, and combine the Pokemon into something that takes on elements of all of its forms and all of its evolutions. That is a really cool element of Megas that I absolutely love. And Mega Feraligatr has a helmet that, when it bites, creates the face of Totodile. That is so cool. What I don't like is this gaping toilet seat at the back of its neck that sits like that. And I've seen concept art, and obviously concept art, you can make anything look better, but if it almost sitting over its head and you being able to see through the eyes, this is so close to me, which makes it an A.
Interesting. Because most of the time you see it in toilet seat form, it drags it way down. Like during those few seconds of the bite, you're right. Like I would feel like an A or something, but for the most part, it looks bad most of the time, which sucks because contrary to Meganium, Feraligatr obviously a very popular, very in terms of design, but also in terms of battle, very useful Pokemon. And you go online and play ranked matches, it's full of Mega Feraligatrs and has been since the game came out. But alas, I look at the design every time and I kind of laugh. It looks like a cheap action figure. You used to buy like toys. It was like it has karate chopping action, and you push a button and it just moves one bit of the body. It's just that. I don't know. Yeah, this is a C for me.
Let's meet in the middle. Let's call it a B.
Yeah, that's fair. The most plasticky looking Mega Evolution.
Yeah. It does look like there's like mecha build kits and you haven't snapped the plastic off.
Yeah.
Right. Next up, Mega Skarmory. I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Another example of didn't see this coming. But neat, because Skarmory kind of needs something. I like it. I do like it. I was happy it's there. The more I look at it, it's just like you've kind of just given it like a different shiny, basically. They haven't done a lot to it. I think it's cool, but it has such a low ceiling compared to everything else. Like, they didn't do a lot with this one. I like the bigger feet. I think the wings are bigger. The coloration is cool, but it's pretty middling.
Yeah, I'm actually quite there with you. I think going down the gold route is a good idea. I like the big claws. I think it looks a bit more like a harpy or something.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that the actual body is kind of unchanged, like, Mega Evolutions are never completely radical. They're always sort of a slight accentuation. But yeah, this one I find is like I like some bits, I don't. I'm pretty B on this.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Skarmory, you're going in B. Mega Chimecho. How do you feel?
I don't know what the hell this. I mean, what? Like, how did Chimecho get a baby and a Mega Evolution? By the way,
it's so cool.
I don't know. I kind of love it, as a general Pokemon Chimecho. So, again, this is an example of leaning into the silly side of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Skarmory, low ceiling. I don't find it particularly memorable, I think is the thing. Maybe. It's just Chimecho with a bunch of stuff around it. They didn't change Chimecho itself. They just kind of put it in a bigger structure. Which the concept is funny, but yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if you're aware of this, but the sort of greater charm that Chimecho makes in its Mega Evolution, that's the shape of Chingling, its pre-evolution.
Yes, yeah. I can see that looking at it now.
I think that's really cool.
Clever.
And adding more chimes, I like that, but yeah. See, I think this is a really good execution of the Mega Evolution concept. This is an A for me. Where would you pop it?
Probably a B, but I can go to an A.
Alright, I'm gonna give it an A. Right. Mega Absol Z.
Now we're talking.
Emo Absol. I really like this. This is another one where I wish it was a form or something, but it is what it is. So it becomes as well. Is it Dark Ghost, which is a really cool typing, which is what Zorua as well, and Zorak, or maybe some other ones. I can't remember. But no, I'm wrong with that.
Spiritomb and Sableye?
Something like that. Yeah, because it hasn't. They had no weaknesses for ages. Doesn't matter. Dark Ghost. I really like the concept. Giving it a sort of like this Z-shaped thing on the ear as well. I love the change to the big wing. I think this is a really cool addition to a Pokemon that already had a really cool Mega. I don't think it's as cool as the original one, but I like the fact that it's drastically different. Maybe I need time to warm to it. I really like it, and I got a shiny one recently.
Nice.
Yeah, this is strong A for me. I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think I do like this over the original one more. Because of the drastic change. I also like, this is a weird tangent, in the same vein that Sonic the Hedgehog appeals to a certain kind of edgelord, you get to that age, you get into this kind of thing. I think we need Pokemon to appeal to that demographic. Absol is the perfect Pokemon to get an emo Mega Evolution. It's, again, really funny. I laughed at this, but I can't deny that it's actually kind of cool. I like the claw-shaped one wing Sephiroth style. It's cool. Another surprise. Didn't expect Absol to get 2 Mega Evolutions, but this one for me absolutely bodies the other one.
Okay. All right. Are we happy with an A?
Yeah, A is good.
All right. We're gonna, with a couple of the boring ones, I'm gonna try and speed through because otherwise could be here all day.
Yeah.
I don't really like Mega Staraptor.
Oh.
This to me is a C. I think it's quite a boring design, and I know it adds fighting, but I'm not particularly into this.
Okay, do you know what? I think that's kind of fair. And again, it's another example of, Mega Staraptor. Like, just the shock alone carried me through that boss fight. The fighting edition is cool. It's a wonderful addition to bring it up to making it usable again. The Pokemon that was on everyone's Gen 4 team, Staraptor, is now back. I really thought at this point, is the new Mega thing, like, we're just going to get fringes? Because you get Absol and then Staraptor back to back. I was like, is that the theme?
Everyone's got a fringe.
Of the DLC, we're getting fringes. But beyond the fringe and some, cool speed lines, which is neat, maybe they could have done a bit more with it. I'm definitely not as hard on it as you are. I would have said something like B, top of B, but...
Do you know what? I like it more than the ones that are currently in C, so I'm going to say B.
Okay, cool.
Right, Mega Garchomp Z. Now, this is one that actually hasn't been announced in the game yet. We are only aware of this through certain different means, but however, it is on this tier list and it's on Cerebi. So apologies to any Pokemon officials who are looking at this, but it's been spoiled online. Mega Garchomp Z. I quite like this. I think I need to see it in motion, if it moves like a jet, if it does anything like that, because I quite like original Mega Garchomp. But also, I'm just massively Garchomp pilled. This to me at the moment is an A, but if once I see it, it could go up to S.
Live reaction on the show, because I don't think I've seen this, and this is cool. This is cool. I like the sort of streamlined kind of aerodynamic design. So. For sure. I think you're right. It's going to be down to how it moves. Does it fly horizontally? Are we getting a kind of something that floats? But from some of the images that we can see that are out there, this is strong. And I think the Garchomp contingent are going to be very happy with this. Probably an A.
All right, let's give it an A. Perfect. Mega Lucario Z.
Oh, here we go.
I love this.
Fantastic.
I love this design. I wish it gained a different type.
Yes.
I love this design. I love the shiny, and I think it's a different side of Lucario, which I really appreciate. This at the moment is maybe an S for me, but I don't know if that's recency bias. Just because I've only just seen it and I think it's really cool. But I love Mega Lucario Z. So
I kind of alluded to it earlier, but my whole thing with Mega Pokemon is largely the Pokemon that are picked for Megas are obvious, and I tend to, when I'm building a team, pick a bunch of weirdos. I like weird, unloved Pokemon, generally speaking. I mean, I just held up a Venomoth with a Santa hat. I think that probably says it all. Where's Mega Venomoth? So when it comes to a whole game like ZA built around Megas, I did kind of recoil a little bit, because I'm kind of being forced down certain roads here. I have to use certain Pokemon in order to really be viable. Mega Lucario Z can come on my party any day of the week. I think the design is great. I think it's one of the best Megas potentially ever. I'm absolutely with you in terms of it's a bit of a missed opportunity that they didn't mess with the typing just a little bit. But I also get that I feel like fighting steel is quite an iconic aspect of Lucario's design as it is.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so that part is fine. I can live with it. But the coloration change and the overall design is so vividly different, whilst also being oh yeah, that is a distant cousin of Lucario. This is one of those perfect examples of, I really wish this was just a regional variant, or like a Wiglet to a Diglett kind of situation.
Yep. Oh my god. All right, where we popping it?
S, easy.
S, perfect. Good. Glad everyone.
I almost wonder, and you said about Pokemon changing its rules. Is this Pokemon going to be so popular? And I imagine this Pokemon is very popular, that it's the first one to break that rule and comes back as something else.
God,
Is there a way to turn it
that.
from Mega to something else?
I mean, they'll probably do that with Charizard first, but right. Mega Froslass. Now, this, I think, I absolutely adore. I've spoken about it before. This is a really good extension of the original Froslass design, which is based on the yokai of the Wandering Woman spirit, which is like this, if you wander in the mountains, you hear a woman's voice wailing, and then they used to eat travelers or something like that. I really should remember it, but this much better represents the actual original yokai, and sort of really also just tips its hand of like, this is what Froslass was. This is always what it was. I love the design. I think it's fantastic. I don't know if this is S for me, but this is a strong A.
It's absolutely an S for me personally. This is the example where during the game when I was a little bit down in the dumps about being forced to pick certain Pokemon, discovering that there was a Mega Froslass. I actually had a Froslass in my team and was just kind of like, well, there's a Mega Glalie and there has been for ages, so its chances are pretty good. And then the design just knocked it right out of the park. It's enough for me that one of my favorite Pokemon got a Mega, but the design, like you said, is great. Big fan of this. Instant S for me.
Sick. S. There we go. Right. Mega Heatran.
It's very air. It's very air.
I'm not huge. I don't really like Heatran as a design. Anyway, I don't think this Mega particularly changes it. This would be a C for me.
Yeah, that's fair. Again, forgettable Pokemon has a forgettable Mega.
Yeah. God, no one's in D yet, but I can see a couple coming.
Yeah.
Mega Darkrai. Now, we have different opinions on this, because I think this is great. I love the concept of the evil eye. I think the boss fight's great, but you are a bit down on this, I think. Watching it sort of take place, I love the head appearing out of the eye. It's very creepy, isn't it? Like, genuinely creepy. And the concept, like you said, the Pokedex entry about it blocking out the sun, pretty scary stuff. But when you actually see it in motion, it's just a big floating circle with wiggly arms. It's kind of silly to me. Not what I would have conceptualized if I was asked to design Mega Darkrai. So it's thrown me off, certainly. I don't think it's right down near the bottom, but it's, B, maybe. I'm happy with a B. Bam. Mega Emboar. Now this is a redemption arc for me. I've always loved Emboar anyway, but people now seem to be getting on board the Emboar train, which I appreciate. Emboard. The Emboar train. Incredible. It sort of takes on more of those visual cues of like an old Japanese general, like, I can't think of the actual words because I don't study that sort of thing, but it just looks really cool. It looks like a soldier. It accentuates the flames in a way that, like, it does sort of take away from the goofiness a little bit, and makes it just a little bit cooler. It's one of the few that make a Pokemon actually just seem a bit cooler. But I'm a huge fan of this. This would be an S for me. Oh, wow. Okay, that's strong. I don't know if I'd go that high, but, I don't think I could push it to an S. I think this is an A for me. You're right. The clever use of the fire motifs to create the silhouette of the armor and stuff. It still has some of the goofiness, like that big, thick, one single eyebrow all the way through is kind of fun. Yeah, and the tusks. Yeah, absolutely. A cool pivot to give it this weapon. The reveal, I was kind of like, oh, but it's definitely grown on me. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with an A for that. As long as he's somewhere up there. Now, moving on. Mega Excadrill. Love the concept. Hate the design. I love Excadrill. I've always loved it as a Pokemon. It's really powerful. I always think it's really good. The idea of it just turning into a massive, big off drill itself. Wicked. And obviously all of its supports and stuff come together. But and I don't know what the answer is, but something about this to me misses. It's just so, and it doesn't matter because it's Pokemon and kind of physics can go out the window if needs be, but it just looks so impossibly cumbersome. Just wandering, like waddling around. Oh, imagine your neck. I know, right? I feel kind of sorry for it. Like, it's just so awkward looking. You're right. The drill thing is cool. It kind of coming together is really cool. But kind of like Feraligatr, when it's not doing that and it's waddling around with these giant arms, it is kind of goofy. This is probably a C for me. I am very happy to agree with you there. Right. D is looking pretty empty, which is lucky for us because next up is Mega Scolipede. I do not like this. I think this is a Pokemon that could have had a really good design. I don't think this adds any improvement to the original Scolipede, and I don't think it's interesting. I don't see what just adding stuff on top of it does here to accentuate any of the cool design. I properly do not like this.
Interesting. Wow, okay, that is strong. I still cannot exactly tell you how I feel about this. Another example of, wow, okay, cool, yeah, okay, was kind of the experience. I don't know where else you could take it. I'm kind of a fan because I like the line and, Mega Bug Pokemon represent. Mm-hmm. The sort of almost like knightly steed thing going on is kind of neat.
Yeah,
but
I get that concept.
It's a strange pivot for a bug Pokemon, of all things. And also, because of that sort of design, I was just so confused why they didn't give it like a steel typing or something like that. Strange old thing. I certainly don't know. I don't think I love it. I don't know if I go all the way down to D. But if that tier is looking empty and you want to put something in there, be my guest. Upset the Scolipede fans. Go on, I dare you.
We'll call it a C because I feel like the next one maybe we'll agree on. Mega Scrafty is almost certainly my least favourite of the new Megas. I think this is just boring. I just think it's boring. There's one other one that I really that is down there for me.
Yeah, same.
I never really liked the design of Scrafty anyway, so that's probably quite a bias there. But I just don't think this this just doesn't do it for me. It doesn't add anything interesting. I don't think it does anything cool with the design. It just putting on a white jacket. I get that it's like a fashion or whatever. I don't like the way this looks.
It's kind of like the design is going, did you get it? Did you get what it's supposed to be? Do you understand what the joke is? Like they have really, I think, they've gone too far with it a little bit here. I'm kind of with you. It's not like offensive to my eyes. It's just kind of like, it's so dull, so overplayed. You could have actually you said about a redemption story with Emboar. You could have like pivoted in a really fun, unexpected direction, but just to do more of the same in a Mega is kind of bland.
Or if it was fashion based, imagine like a send up of like a Mega Scrafty that puts on like a sharp suit like a JoJo character.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yep. He's a well-to-do gentleman now.
I'm imagining that. All right, I'm putting it in D. That's fine. Right, Mega Eelektross. I'm big on this.
Big fan.
I really
thank God, I was ready to fight.
No. I really like Eelektross. The idea of it, like growing the fake extra arms, which the Pokédex entry says are like they're just appendages. To like, I don't know. It looks like a bit, obviously a bit like a fighter jet, but also like one of those boats. I don't know. I just think it's really, really cool. It adds to the design in an interesting way. I love the way it moves. I love the way it looks in battle. Huge on this. This isn't quite an S for me. This is probably an A, but I'm a big fan.
Another like Froslass example of like, oh my God, they finally made some Pokemon that I've always wanted to use and actually had never gotten around to, like a viable thing, especially considering obviously the evolution line of you have Dynamo for like 28 levels or maybe even more before it evolves the first time. So to actually make Eelektross something that you could potentially, like there's a real big payoff in this game. So I was really happy with this. I think the design is really cool. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't give it like a ghost type because those extra appendages are really like, sort of ethereal. But yeah, this was the bit of a star of my team, certainly. Tom and Dan absolutely, they mocked me for my love of Mega Eelektross. So I was ready to come in here swinging. So I'm glad to hear you say that it does indeed belong in the S rank.
No, this is Eelektross fan club. They can get in the bin. All right, that's good enough. Why not? Mega Chandelure. I'm torn on this because I love Chandelure. I love the idea of this Mega, it just being a bigger Chandelure. I think it looks really good. This is definitely an A for me. Okay. But it's one of those ones, I don't know what it needs, but to me it needed something to take it up to S. Like, make it a big Chandelure, perfect. I wish I'd been surprised, because if someone had said to me, come up with a Mega Chandelure, I feel like I probably would have thought of something like this. I like when they do something a bit different. I don't know whether you do like a broken Chandelure that's dropped, or you do like a different style, or I don't know how you would do it, but this is definitely an A. I really like it, but it needed something to surprise me to take it up to an S.
A sounds good to me. I think we can't really put it in an S after saying about Mega Scrafty and being like, well, all you've done is just kind of done the same thing again. And that's sort of here. I think it works a lot better with Chandelure, certainly, because obviously it's working off a better design to begin with as well.
Yes.
But you're right. Other than it just being like, oh, that's kind of cool. Again, there's that ceiling. You didn't push it. Mega Evolutions should be about pushing Pokemon design just that little bit too far, almost. Just going over the line a little bit. And I don't think that's what this is. It's still cool, but it's not, stunning in a way that a Mega Evolution should have you go, wow, when you see it.
Yeah, it does also have an absolutely insane special attack stat.
Yes, it does. I just saw that. Terrifying.
Yep. I spent yesterday shiny hunting an alpha Litwick, and I've got my little blue boy, so I'm looking forward to EV/IV training my shiny alpha Chandelure. Oh my god, that's going to be so good. I'm trying to get every single of the new Megas as a shiny alpha.
That's cool.
It's going to take me so long, but I'm doing pretty good so far. Okay, so I got this one. I'm going to go A for Chandelure. Happy?
Yeah, that works for me.
Right, I'm interested to see your opinion on this one. So I've always liked the Golurk line. I think it's a really good... these are created by James Turner as well, who's the art director behind Pokemon Sword and Shield, and also the creator of Pokemon like Sinistea and Poltegeist and bits and bobs. So this, to me, it should have been the third evolution, but that's fine. We'll put that to the side. This is a really, really, really strong example of like, okay, Golurk is this, and Golurk are this spirit that's contained inside either a pot or something like this, and you can see the pieces on them that have been used to contain this energy, and the Mega goes, nope, it's all unleashed. You get this huge, it's got, the X and Y Mega Evolution haters are going to have to deal with it. It's got this huge X across its chest, and I like the big wings. I love this, but I know my personal love for Golurk is bringing that up. This for me would be an S, but I really love Golurk, so I'm happy with an A, but this is easily one of my favorites Megas ever.
Wow, okay, interesting. So I've literally gonna have to look this up now, because you've kind of turned it around for me a little bit, because I looked at it and was like, the idea is awesome. I'm not necessarily sold on the execution. Does it work better in animation? And I'm not convinced that it does. I would want something where it's like almost like rattling, falling apart, something that feels a bit more fraught with danger. Because otherwise, I agree. I love the line as it is. I think the typing Ground and Ghost has always been really interesting as well. Super underrepresented Pokemon. But it doesn't quite pull it off for me on the Mega, unfortunately. Even looking at it, wandering around, I just need a little bit extra spice, I think. So,
all right. Well,
where were you going to put this? A?
I think A.
I would say B, but if you want to...
All right. It's my list.
Yeah,
I mean, I can tell you it's going in B, but... I will say as well...
House of Lies.
Yeah, I do really like it, but I don't know if you've ever seen the animation from Poker Park on the Wii, where Golurk turns into its cannon form, which has only been seen in concept art. And I know that, spoilers for later on, Mega Zygarde becomes like a gun or something like that. But like, it would have been cool for Mega Golurk to actually do something with that cannon design as well. Again, you can make all of these things up, but I'm surprised we didn't see that, is what I'm saying. Okay.
True.
Mega Chesnaught, talking of redemptions, this to me brings a pretty low tier Pokemon around.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it amazing.
Yeah.
This would be an A for me, but considering I didn't care about Chesnaught at all, that's pretty impressive.
I have certainly gained a bit of a reputation amongst some of my friends as someone who just likes to take the mick out of the entire Chespin line. I think design-wise,
it's because they're bad.
They're just they're design-wise they're awful, but right up there with the Rillaboom line. But yes.
Get Grookey, get in the bin.
No, see, Grookey's great. Everything after that is where it all falls apart. Mega Chesnaught, you're right though. I saw it and was like, oh, I actually like this. Well done. Like, you turned me around of all people. Yeah, it's cool. I don't know if I go as far as A again with this one, because it's still kind of, maybe I've got those hang-ups about it. But yeah, for sure, a big turnaround from what was otherwise a really dull Pokemon to me.
Okay, I'm tell you what, I'm happy with B because I'm impressed with this. It could have been better, but I think the next one is a strong A, and I'll explain why. Mega Delphox. Now, I love this design. It being, obviously it plays on the idea of it being a witch, and then it being a bearded witch, I think is so cool, whether it's a wizard or whatever, or a warlock. It riding on the broom is amazing, it gaining the extra ones. I don't quite know why this isn't an S for me, but this really, really adds a lot to Delphox's character. I think the animation's amazing. I'm really, really big on this, and Delphox was always pretty forgettable for me. It was one of the better ones of that generation, but like this has brought it around to me to like, oh, I get what this line was doing, and now I think that's really cool. What do you think?
I'm a staunch no fire type starter kind of person. I will always choose the grass or the water, and I don't, ever really taken the fire type, with the exception of Fennekin being out of the generation. I think that's the strongest line. Always like Delphox. Glad it's gotten this opportunity, and yeah, good on it making the most of it. Definitely, I think you're right. Like the stylistic places that it's pulling from. I love the animation of it floating alongside behind you or whatever. Yeah, it's not the strongest design. There's still a little bit of room for improvement, but redemption story again. Not that it needed it, but it's cool that it got it. I had to wait so long for that Delphox site. Watching the other two come first, and me and my party of 5 Megas, and then Delphox being like, it's nearly our time. Yeah. And was not disappointed.
All right. How we feel about A for that?
I think A is good. A is good.
Okay.
I'm so curious how you feel about this one.
I really love Greninja. I'm not huge on Ash Greninja, but I think Greninja, there's a reason it's become such a meme. It's a really smart Pokemon design. It's a cool type, always has been. It's obviously got loads of show in the anime and stuff and that beyond. And I get it sort of spinning upside down on the Shuriken is I get the concept. It doesn't do it for me. It's just, they've just added some speed stripes and put it upside down, and I don't know what concept it would have been. I don't think it's bad. I like it as a sort of a ninja hanging upside down. I think that's funny. This is a B for me, not because the strength of Greninja is what's taken it up. Like, there's no way this goes down that far, but it's definitely a B because I'm like, I needed something. I needed whether additional armor or a change the type or something radical. And what they did here, I like, but I don't love. How do you feel?
Yeah, I get that point of view completely. We said earlier about like Mega Evolution isn't necessarily about making Pokemon cooler, but I think there are some cases where if it's a really popular Pokemon that is popular for being, quote, cool. And you're right, like the design of Greninja is really clever and it has a real cool like aura to it, for lack of a better term. It's funny that they kind of went in a sort of silly direction by turning it upside down and its tongue sort of, waggling in the wind. A strange choice. So props to them for that. I kind of have to appreciate them trying to surprise everyone, but I don't think it's necessarily landed, and I would imagine most Greninja fans are going to go, cool, I'm happy with where I'm at with my Greninja, don't need to Mega Evolve it, not that too bothered. Unlike a Charizard fan who will pick their favourite Mega or whatever. I'm happy to put it there.
Alright, this is going in B. I'm sorry, Greninja fans, but it doesn't do it for me. Mega Pyroar, absolute D.
D, next.
Cool, banging. Mega Floette, also a D. I think this is terrible.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're speeding through these. Can't bother to talk about rubbish ones. Mega Meowstic, I like the combination of designs. I like that this is, it's based on like a Japanese legend of like it's based on cats that have like a stripe down the middle, isn't it? Like one side's tabby, one side's whatever. I quite like Mega Meowstic, but I don't really like Meowstic to begin with. I think this is as cool as the Mega was going to get. This is a B or a C.
Yeah, bang average, I think. Like, first time I saw it, I was like, oh, it's kind of neat, but it will leave no lasting impression beyond it being an example of one of those Pokemon, like you said earlier, where it sort of does something interesting in terms of Meowstic is one of those Pokemon that has 2 designs based on the sex, and then the Mega doesn't. I was like, that's kind of clever, considering, as you say, its sort of origins and its inspiration. It is cool. I like Meowstic fine enough. I like this fine enough. But it should not crack the upper echelon. It is bang average.
I'm sorry, it's going in C for me. But yeah, it's going in C. It's got a cool shiny though. Right now, if there was a tier above S, Mega Malamar would go in it for me. This is my favorite, absolutely my favorite of the new Megas. Just because of not just because of the reveal, the way that it changed like a pretty bog standard Pokemon into something more by using lore from its Pokedex, like things that already established. It looks like Megamind, and they know that because they literally did a Megamind meme on socials like the day it was announced. I love this. It looking like an evil scientist. This is a proper S for me.
That's the thing. Yeah.
I wish its stats were better. I wish you could use it because you can't. But design wise, perfect.
Yeah, that's the thing for me. The super villain design is so funny, and feels appropriate as someone that used a Malamar in her first X playthrough. And I threw so many friends off when that game was new, and they were like, "What the hell typing is that thing?" Because it's so hard to like. You look at it and you're like, "I cannot figure out what this weird Pokemon you turn upside down is." So kind of, I've got a lot of easy victories from confused people, which is kind of appropriate for obviously the direction that the Pokemon winds up going in. Yeah, big fan. I love. It's such a strange shape. Like out of all the we have over 1,000 Pokemon, and yet this is such a unique silhouette. Like it's so instantly like it's Mega Malamar. It's nothing else. Unlike the next one we're about to talk about, which is very boring. This is an S.
Mega Malamar, you're an S. Mega Binnacle, proper D or C for me. But Binnacle was bad anyway. I don't think is it Binnacle the evolution?
No, this is Barbaracle.
That's it. I can't even remember the difference between them. Barbaracle. I properly don't like this Pokemon anyway. I which is annoying because I love all of the C Pokemon. I get the concept and I get the Pokemon it's based on, but I just don't think this is a good execution of that. And I don't think this Mega is necessary or adds anything. This is probably a D for me. Could be a C.
Yeah, I would have said C, but I'm happy to go all the way down to D. I don't think it's a Mega that anybody wanted. Like, how many Barbaracle fans do you know?
We'll get dozens in the comments.
Well, good. Get down there and tell us how wrong we are. Let's just drive the algo up. Right. But yeah, no. Put it down.
It's going in D for me. Okay. I never know how to say this. Mega Dragalg? Is that how? Or is it? I feel like
I think it's Dragalge, right? Because it's.
Well, that's it. But then it's not spelt like algae, but it probably is Dragalge, yeah. I really like this. I like the concept of it, like growing the cape and the additional eyes. I don't think it's my favorite. I don't think it. I think it loses a lot of the silhouette of Dragalge. I think it sort of loses the shape of the Pokemon in it. But yeah, I do quite like it. This is probably quite middle of the road for me. This is maybe a B.
Okay, yeah, I do like this. I could probably go with a B. I might maybe put it slightly higher. This is another example of just such a outside left field pick that I kind of wish. Again, I kind of wish wasn't a Mega because I would like to see this kind of crop up again. It's so weird. It's kind of creepy. It has that almost like deep sea mystery vibe to it, where it's weird species that you can't comprehend live it. It almost has, like an eldritch quality to it. Such a strange design. I'm a fan of the weirdness of this. I would go A personally.
All right, let's go to an A. Why not? Okay, Mega Holucha. This to me is an S. I love Holucha. Anyway, it was Pokemon X and Y is one of the few Pokemon games I played, obviously years before I was a journalist, but I managed to not see any spoilers online. So when I picked the games up, I was going through and I didn't know the Pokemon I was going to find. And I've got such a strong memory of just going into the tall grass and bumping into a Holucha and being like, this guy's sick. Like, it's such an amazing memory. I was quite disappointed when I realised it didn't evolve. So I've been waiting for some Hawlucha love for years. I wish this was an evolution, not a Mega, but in terms of this, taking the Rey Mysterio design, sort of accentuating what works with Hawlucha, proper S for me. I think this is fantastic.
Yep, I agree with absolutely every word. I think the only thing I have to add to this was there are few Pokemon reveals, and I know I haven't really traditionally done like big reveals for Pokemon in the way that we did with the Megas for this game, and I hope that's something we get to see going forward, like Nintendo announcing a few new Pokemon on the lead up. I think that would be cool. But the announcement for Mega Hawlucha was one of the most hype things that Pokemon has done in a long time. Everyone was so excited and so interested in talking about this thing. Big S, yeah.
Yeah, right. Let's get an S. Okay. Mega Zygarde.
And now on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, it's just 100% form or 100 cell form with a gun. It's not a D, but it's definitely a C for me, as is Swing and a Miss.
Yeah, I think maybe C is... I was going to say D, but I think maybe C is fair because I do like 100% form as a design, so that it kind of retains some of the good aspects, or a lot of the good aspects of that. But yeah, adding that thing on the top, which when I first saw it, I was like, is it a gun? Is it a hammer? It kind of looks like a blimp. Like, what is going on here? Not a fan, yeah, so I'm fine with C.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where, because we know that Mega Evolutions sometimes take versions of the other versions of the Pokemon into the design, I wish there had been like something, a Mega that took in the design of the dog form and the snake form and all of these things, and just made some sort of like chimera or whatever.
That would be cool.
But no, he's holding a big gun. Sweet. Mega Crabominable. I quite like this. I think it accentuates what works about Crabominable, who's a Pokemon that I do quite like. This, to me, is probably a B.
Interesting. I like this. I feel like it's quite close to what Crabominable usually looks like. They just kind of like fill his hands with ice, and he's very upset about it. And then he's got ice feet, and they've kind of called it a day there. But in terms of the stat increase and stuff like that, and making that Pokemon more viable, I was happy with that aspect. I would have gone C, personally. These things kicked my ass.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe they deserve to go in a B for that.
Yeah, there's a mission in the Mega Dimension DLC, if you haven't played it already, where you have to battle 2 Mega Crabominable at once. And, yeah, it's tough. Yeah, and with 157 attack, this is a good old Pokemon. I'm going to pop him in B, because I think the next Pokemon is a C. Mega Golisopod. I love... Is it Golisopod or whatever? However you say it. I really like this Pokemon. I've always loved this design. When I heard it was getting a Mega, I was also excited. This, to me, is really underwhelming.
Yeah.
This properly goes in C for me. Yeah, if you hold them side by side, you can see more of the difference. And I like the typing change and stuff like that. I'm really underwhelmed. This is proper C.
You landed on the thing there that I was kind of going to say, is that if you showed this to someone quite quickly, they maybe wouldn't be able to tell you whether or not it's a Mega form. It's a bit of a color change, and there's like 2 cannons on the back. That is about it. Such a shame as well, because for me, one of the standout designs of the Sun and Moon generation was this line. And to do this is just kind of like, really? All right, well, hopefully it gets a Mega insert letter in the future, or a regional or something. But this was not it for me. Probably a D, frankly.
Let's go in D. I'm sorry, Golisopod. Right, Mega Drampa. This is one of those ones, as you said earlier, them choosing interesting Pokemon is sometimes what makes the design work. I never expected Drampa, and now I'm like, oh, I think I love this Pokemon. It's not an S for me, I don't think, but it's definitely an A. I love the color change. I love the accentuation of Drampa's features. The stat boost is amazing. It's Drampa, even being a Pokemon in conversation, is fantastic, and I like that boss fight as well. I'm huge on this.
Yeah, big fan all around. It's got like weird sort of 2000s anime vibes in a good way. Like, Sagely Dragon has come to give you slightly irritated advice. Is not a direction I expected them to take Drampa. But yeah, it's really, really cool. And just in general, like, not just an interesting color change for Drampa, but just an interesting color set for Pokemon in general. Like that black and teal is like, oh, okay, that's something we've never seen before, really, that comes to mind. In fact, teal seems to be like a recurring color throughout this game now that I look at these. So, yes, like Lucario and its teal, yellow, and black, big fan of this. I would put this as high up as you want to go with it, frankly.
Ooh, I would probably pop this in A.
That works for me.
Okay, right. Here's one that I am just not fussed about. Mega Magerna. I get what they're doing. I get the bolt coming out of its head. No, it's not a bolt, is it? What's a gear? And it, changing. I think I need to see this more in action. This is a Pokemon that's always had a bit of potential, and I love the color change between the original form and the Pokeball form. But this just doesn't do a lot for me, which is a shame because Magerna is a really cool Pokemon to use in battle because of the Soul Heart ability, where if another Pokemon in the field dies, then it gains a boost to attack. This is another one that I just wish had been a bit more interesting. The legendaries really let this down this gen, which is sad. This is maybe not. It's definitely not a D. C. It's C or B for me. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, probably a C. I've always thought it to be quite a, unfortunately, forgettable Pokemon, really, despite it's had a bit of a push. You're right, the ability is like the most interesting thing about it. I often forget that it has two forms, frankly. So now the fact that it has a Mega with two forms, question mark, on top of it, that's even more forgettable forms, unfortunately. So it's not an outright disaster, but it's a C.
All right, let's go and see. Mega Zeraora. This is one that I quite like. I don't love. I think it looks a bit anime, and I don't like the bipedal design of Zeraora too much, but I think it's cool. But for like a mythical Pokemon getting another form, I like this. I think it's a cool change to it, and it's a good addition to the DLC. This is a strong B for me.
Yeah, that seems about right. This is an example again of black, yellow, and not quite teal. It's more cyan, but still, it just seems to be a recurring color thing, which is kind of a shame, actually. I like the bright yellow of the original form, so to kind of lose that a little bit with a Mega is a little bit unfortunate. I'm sure millions of people have said it kind of looks like a Sonic character, which is not inaccurate. But I think I've got no issues with it other than that. Like, I'm pretty happy with it. Could have had maybe a secondary typing thrown in to give it a little bit of extra spice, but I've got no major complaints.
Okay. I mean, how are we feeling about B?
B is good. B works.
Okay. Right. I'm very interested to see if you agree with me here. Mega Phalanx, to me, is the purest example of an S possible. Because it takes... maybe a forgettable Pokemon. It's what Drampa was trying to do, but better. It's what we've done with Hawlucha. It takes what works about the original Pokemon. It makes you appreciate the original Pokemon more, whilst doing something interesting and surprising. It using everyone knows sort of the idea of the phalanx, it being based on that Roman position in battle, and to then go, okay, let's create an actual soldier with like a sword and shield, like Pokemon Sword and Shield, where it comes from. To me, this is a really good idea of doing something different with everything that works about the original Pokemon. I love this. I think this is fantastic. I think this is what Mega Evolution should be.
Yeah, completely agree. It's so funny. It's just so every time I look at it, I have to laugh. I mean, to be fair, I feel that a little bit about Phalanx anyway. It's kind of sweet and charming.
Yeah.
But so you can't really take Big Soldier Phalanx all that seriously, which is great. That's what works about it. There it is, and it's just kind of trying his best, frankly. How could you say no to that face? Big fan of this. I don't know if I can ever bring myself to put it in my party, but I've told you before, we should absolutely be doing content on like Pokemon that got the biggest glow-ups from Z8, and this is right up there, definitely.
All right, it's going in S. People can argue in the comment section. Right, Mega Scovillain is a proper D for me. I think Scovillain is a fine design. I don't think it does a lot with the concept of it being fire and grass. I think it could be much more interesting. And the Mega, to me, looks like Scovillain. I don't understand what's happened here. What I would have wanted here is I would have wanted like a like a little shop of horrors sort of like change. Like, what is something 2? What's her name? Audrey, that's it. I want like an Audrey 2 size sort of Scovillain, and maybe it's like a giant, a giant plant pot with the 2 heads coming out or something like that. Like
that's fun.
I needed something like that. Whereas this, at a glance, looks like exactly the same Pokemon, and I didn't really like the first one. So yeah, this is a D for me.
This is another example of what I said earlier, wanting to like something more than I do, specifically regarding Scovillain as it is. You're absolutely right. We finally get Grass and Fire, and it's just kind of, it's okay. Like, I like the bell pepper shaped heads are kind of funny, and the original design has like these, like, kind of like sassy expressions a little bit, whereas this one leans more in just to direct rage with like the tongues pointing out and stuff. But other than that, they basically just gave it like a bow tie, not even a bow tie, sorry, a necktie, and called it a day. It's such a missed opportunity to turn Scovillain into something that maybe it should have always been, and this is not it for me. So probably, probably a D, being brutally honest.
And Pokemon fans listening, they were going to make Mega Flygon, and then they decided not to. I'm joking.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me
that.
And
And then they said, take Mega Flygon round back, and we're going to do Mega Scovillain instead. All right? This is what's happening now. Oh, God, I wish we got... maybe it would have been bad anyway. All right, yeah, it's a D for me. Mega Glimmora, I'm not too sure how I feel about this. I really like Glimmora as a Pokemon. I love the concept. I love Rock Poison. The Mega to me feels like a battle animation, not a different Pokemon.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
But I really like the original Pokemon. I think this is a B.
Yeah, maybe. Quite strong. I feel like this is one of those examples of like, this could have been a third stage evolution. This doesn't scream. This doesn't scream Mega to me.
This could have been an email.
Yeah, this is just more, not more of the same. Just like we took one and we just made more of it and we called it a Pokemon, like a new Pokemon. Again, I haven't seen some of these in action. Maybe this comes across better in the actual game. Looking at a static image of it, I don't even really know what to pass from this thing. So probably a C for me on immediate reaction.
Let's go in C. Sorry. Okay.
Now for the best Mega fight that I've ever had, anyway.
Now, I think this is going to be controversial. I absolutely love Mega Tatsugiri.
Yeah.
I love it. This is one of these ones where like this couldn't have been an evolution. No. Because it's
too stupid.
I don't know, you could have maybe got a Doug Trio sort of thing where all the fish come together, but that doesn't technically make sense. This is one of those ones where I'm like, this could only be a Mega, and they've gone ham with it. The fight is great. Them being on the sushi is funny. The sushi plate being the Mega Evolution symbol is really funny. Maybe not an S, because there's not that much about them changed. I saw concept art of like them wrapped in rice that I thought looked really cool.
Funny.
But I really like this. This is maybe an S, but definitely an A for me.
I don't think it's quite an S. I would go A. I'm with you all the way. Such a funny fight. It's such a stupid design, brackets complimentary. Yep. Like, this is exactly what we were talking about right at the beginning of this. Sometimes Mega Evolution should just be silly. I laugh my way through all this fight. I laugh when I discover that it's got 3 forms depending on which one it is, and that sort of align which one is in the middle. It's so brilliantly silly. What a fantastic... I always thought Tatsugiri was a really funny idea when we first got it. This feels like we've come full circle with it finally a little bit. Like, it needed a little bit more, and this is what it was, I think. Big fan of this.
Yeah, I really like it. It's also another one designed by James Turner. So he has seen a few of his Pokemon get some love this generation. I'm going to pop it in A.
Yep.
And finally, this static image of Baxcalibur is so fun. It's doing the, like, mum I threw up pose.
It's the mini Keanu Reeves meme.
Yeah. Mega Baxcalibur, our final one. I am unfortunately a bit disappointed by this because I love Baxcalibur. I love any of the sort of Godzilla-based Pokemon, and this is quite a good one. And obviously, like, it's Excalibur. It's meant to be a big sword. But this, to me, is what Baxcalibur should have been.
Yeah, I think that's quite, it's quite accurate.
Considering the concept of it being a sword, it going through, I don't know why this wasn't what the Pokemon was originally, and then this could have been a crazy bigger form. I love that we got there. I love that we finally did the concept, and I love that it's animation of the sword move it does. It just like tips, and the sword goes towards people. That is really funny. This is probably a B for me, but it might move to an A over time.
Interesting. So, yeah, it feels like a missed opportunity, certainly. I like Excalibur as it is, but this giant, just putting a giant sword in it is such a strange choice. And I was just trying to see, and you might be able to answer this. Does the sword ever leave? Can it pull the sword out? And what is that? So it just falls over on people with the sword, I guess.
It just flips itself forward. I can't remember which Godzilla movie it is, but there's a really funny image of like Godzilla's like flipped over and he's just like sailing towards someone.
Yeah, I know the one.
It's basically the attack animation with the sword is based on that.
I see. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, it is goofy, but it's one of those I'm like, I just wish it just looked like this.
Yeah, I think that's quite fair. I hadn't thought of it that way, but I think I would agree with that. This is another example. Unfortunately, we kind of end on one that's quite middling. Pretty middle of the road for me. I would put this in B, probably, actually. It's
B for Baxcalibur.
B for Baxcalibur. There you go.
Well, there we go. That's our list. I mean, the top tier ones, in essence, Mega Victreebel, Mega Dragonite, Lucario Z, Froslass, Eelektross, Mega Malamar, Mega Holucha. In fact, that's quite fun. I'm pretty happy with this list. If you disagree with us, feel free to hop into the comments. I would love to hear why people either agree or disagree. Please tell us in the comments as well which Pokemon that you hope get a Mega Evolution in the future. And, Sai, thank you so much for joining me in this wonderful video.
Thank you for having me.
It's always lovely to have you on Culture Dex. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, hit like, hit subscribe, pop a comment down below. Make sure as well that you head over to the What Culture Gaming podcast so you can find us in the feed there. And other than that, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.